Why are we even commenting on that?
Well,
it's getting better. Like, how about it gets better and then we can talk about T.I. being a comedian?
And that's what I was.
I like the process though. I like seeing the process.
But he's T.I.
Yeah,
like, I don't want to see T.I. going through the like. It's.
I feel like because he's T.I., we should be okay with the process. Like, we should be okay with this is a rapper turned comedian, and this is a trap artist turned comedian.
True, but I think if I'm going out to see T.I. as a comedian, I'm not going to be looking forward to laughing. I think I'm going to be sitting in the stage in the audience more so judging opposed to like.
That's true. And so I was just listening to a podcast and they were talking about it was a comedian who was on a show with T.I. on the lineup, and he said that he went to the producer of the show or whatever and was like, hey, don't bring me up as T.I., bring me up as Tip Harris. And the comedian
like niggas was going to hear something different. Like,
but he's showing some kind of self-awareness of, I know they're going to be judging me off of my artistry of T.I., but it's just like, that's all the more reason why I feel like you should be self-aware and lean into the fact that, I'm a trap artist that's about to be self-deprecating. I'm about to be funny.
I think if his comedy was more so based on that, I think with his comedy, at least the clips and stuff that I've heard, he's trying to be a bit more, I don't know, like a casual comedian. Like, hey guys.
He's trying to do that Dave Chappelle nonchalant, and you're not.
I need it to be
you don't have Dave Chappelle.
Like, I want it to be a trap T.I. I want it to be a trap, like, give me some comedy stories about what happened on the block. Like,
what he should do is team up with them 85 South boys and say, teach me how to be a stand-up. Because they're the closest bridge of what
now, I will say this, as far as like what a comedian should be doing, he's doing it. The thing about being a comedian is exercise, meaning you got to get on stage, you got to work those jokes, even if you're not funny. Here's the thing, T.I. not being funny, I didn't sit back and go, I can't believe T.I. trying to come in. I'm going, this is the beginning. Meaning that if this is what you just now doing, you're not going to get up there and bust ass. My first time on stage, I didn't even come close to busting ass. So, but people think I'm but people think I'm funny.
But you got to bomb. You have
to bomb. You have to know what it's like to get on there and nobody claps for you.
True.
Or they clap with a little bit of get your ass off the stage.
But I think with T.I. also, I don't think T.I. is really allowing that part to really happen. I think
that's what it is.
And that's a problem. That's a big problem. Man.
When people begin to start criticizing him and giving their opinion rather than him taking it with a grain of salt, he's like, becoming very defensive and creating a whole little live spiel talking about keep my name out your mouth type of shit. It's like,
if you're an artist, you have to be open to criticism.
If you're gonna do a one-man show, do a one-man show. If you're gonna do stand-up, do stand-up.
Because I don't think he was that funny when he was on that MTV Nick Cannon show. Like, even with But
thing is,
and that's just random ass comedians getting together.
So I can picture.
No, it's not
being a stand-up.
That's another thing they don't talk about with. The Wild. So I know people who've tried out for Wild 'N Out and went on.
That shit look hard.
It's hard.
That shit look hard.
But as much as it looks impromptu, a lot of that is already scripted. Dude, I've worked on reality shows, and I'm gonna tell you like this: it looks like they just
even in the audience, it's some scription, like in how they sit people in the audience. They want all the pretty girls, like the people that you go to there with to be in the audience with. You're not sitting with your group of friends. No. Right. They are seating you.
They're gonna take the good looking ones. They're gonna put them at a little table. And that's why the laughs be all awkward. They're like, you think that's funny? I think that's funny. That Wild 'N Out looks very manufactured. But it
still has its own flair to it. Don't get me wrong. It still has personality.
What I would like to see, and I don't know if this is possible to recreate, I think the 85 South show is
do some shit like that with a bunch of bitches.
The talent quality that could make this happen. But I would like to see In Living Color have a resurgence in a real way.
Absolutely.
Sketch comedy that's not horrifically corny.
Absolutely.
Like SNL is horrifically corny. It's cringy. I cannot make it through a commercial.
It's so POC.
Well, you have to remember who's writing it.
Yeah, it's
not 14 black writers in a room, maybe 3.
It don't even got to be black writers.
And it's not even like real black writers. It kind of
does.
They're suburban blacks. They're not real blacks.
Yeah, exactly. But like the hardest black they got is Hannibal Buress or King
Michael Che.
Or Michael Che. You know what I'm saying? But like. My thing is in Living Color didn't have all just black writers. They had a diaspora of writers. They put a lot of people on.
But the soul with black people, as far as it being,
it was black sensibility.
It was black. The thing is, even if they had a white writer, they still was talking to a black writer going, hey,
yeah, you check off on this.
What would you change to make this sound like you wrote it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, help me. He'd be like, I got you, Chad.
Absolutely.
Somehow we gotta get that shit back. Because what we got now as far as sketch comedy, and I commend Nick Cannon and everybody on the Wild Out team, because I look at that. Be funny. I look at that from a distance and I'm like, them niggas is talented. Yeah. Everybody on that stage is talented. Absolutely. You know, but it's corny. It is corny as dog.
I mean, especially now.
It has moments of corniness.
In the beginning,
but I still watch it. I support that nigga.
The first couple of seasons, it wasn't as corny. It got corny.
Mm-hmm. Well, it had Cat Williams on at the beginning, and Cat Williams is anything but corny.
Yeah, anything but ain't far from corny.
They're not as they weren't as politically correct, and now they're becoming a bit more politically correct.
Yeah,
and that's when you start to step away from the organic and the realism part.
I mean, yeah.
But some work go into it, and you see the talents that, and a testament of any good thing, A Living Color being one of them, SNL being one of them, is the talent that bridges off of it, and 85 South bridged off of that.
Yeah.
And those boys are gonna, if they can get, what I'm noticing with them, and correct me if I'm wrong, I noticed something ain't like, they're not stable over
what
there.
You mean?
The 85 South show.
Well,
I think that the pandemic really fucked them up in a bad way.
Because
they had momentum. They were selling out like big.
Well, you have to look at it like this, and it's no difference than watching. Back in our day, we had boy bands. Back in our day, so remember, a lot of those people in boy bands when they had on career. Greatest example, Justin Timberlake was part of what, NSYNC?
Yeah, one of them.
Was it? Yeah, it was one of them.
NSYNC, yeah.
It was NSYNC. The nigga had Cry Me a River, all that stuff, and next thing you know,
Britney fucked him out.
And
she broke his
I mean, he probably fucked her.
Or Janice Titi.
I mean, he did, but I'm sure he had his fair share. But
yeah, I'm about to say, I think
dudes
Justin
don't recover. Dudes don't recover as easy as females when it comes to certain type of relationship trauma.
Yeah,
it's a little different,
especially public shit.
That's why I waited so long to come inside of a woman. Right there. I want to make sure it was right. Make sure it was real.
You know what?
Anyway,
the boy ain't lying though.
Yeah.
You good. One good time in a woman, she got your card.
Yeah,
she was like, she look you dead in your eye, be like, sign here. You
wake up in the morning and be like, let me call her. Let me call her.
I wonder if she ate last night. I wonder.
You're like, I don't even know what I want to say hi to you, but hey,
what you doing?
I'm just saying.
But no, like, what were we saying? What were we saying?
We were talking about. We were just talking about offensive shit, and we got to finally Silverman, who I feel is a very, very high level shock. I'm about to say shock cock, shock comic.
Yeah, I think
but I want to segue that and let's talk about our experience of being fetishized for being black.
Ooh, and especially as a black woman.
Oh, I know you got something, baby.
I know it's bad.
I know you
White
got it.
Men
and they're so
are just
because
bold and raunchy.
Because the world is built by them for them. The world we live in, is like they're emboldened to saying some of the craziest shit.
Completely oblivious.
This is
like shit you would never think of. You're like, what?
That's how you talking?
Nick's wedding.
Yeah,
and you were standing right there. Yeah.
Like so we had my one of my friends' wedding.
Now hold on. Now mind you, this is towards the end of the wedding. So we were already together, and it's already obvious that we're together. Man, I looked like I was standing alone, and that man just swooped in.
But thinking she wasn't. I was standing next to her ordering drinks.
But she just happened to look the other direction.
Like I was alone. I just happened to look like I was alone.
This motherfucker walks up there with his little pinky out drink holding ass nigga. Hey, did you get that dress tailor made? And I'm like, and that's when I kind of looked to the level like, who you talking to?
Like what? Custom made.
And when I say this woman don't break a stride, she was like, no, I got it from Amazon.
Ice cold. Ice fucking cold.
But thing is, I gotta admit,
I'm gonna call y'all Ninja Gang because both of y'all be like some assassins and the heat of like awkward shit.
Yeah.
Awkward shit that everybody else would fold in. Y'all be like, and y'all would look over each other.
This is it.
This is not a drill. This is game time.
This is the moment I play for right here. Put me in, coach.
And I'll be over in the corner like, somebody's about to die. Somebody is about to die.
But this nigga comes back with, wow, it looks like it is. And I'm just like,
oh,
lace. I don't see many people wearing lace.
It looks great on you. And then walks away.
No, he goes, he was like, yeah, it's such a dated thing. And I was like, well, I'm not as young as I look. He goes, oh, you couldn't be past 22. It's like, no, try 40. He was like, oh.
That nigga said, oh.
So why does he sound like a Hugh Hefner-esque?
His approach was very much so.
If he had on a robe, they would have completed the ensemble.
Suede wearing white dude.
Yeah. He thought I was gonna flirt back, but it's always interesting when it does happen. Like,
and I'm sitting here, I was like,
and this was at a wedding.
Yeah, this was at a wedding. Now we're one of the few black people at a wedding, and at that same wedding, didn't I tell you that
before we even got to the wedding, you were already giving me the prelude.
Like so with that wedding, I went to the bachelor party, and one of the guys at the bachelor party was like, I love black chicks. And I'm just like, here we go. He's about to tell me so many how many different black chicks I fucked story. And he did. Like even when we went to the strip club, he was like, look at that black girl. Like he's just telling me all his I want to fuck a black chick fantasy.
And it's always like on
married to the whitest woman you ever seen in your life.
Always pink nipple, boring ass, like always. You be like, okay, bro, go home.
Like you look at him like you got 2 French bulldogs, don't you?
Got to, and one of them got 3 legs. Right? Got to.
His name is Frankie.
But what do you? I'm about to victim blame a little bit right now.
Okay.
What do you think it is? Are we just too fucking sexy?
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
It can't be. It can't be. Cause like Brazilians, you seen Brazilians?
Okay, look at
Colombians.
Look at a 40-year-old white
Asian,
woman, like a regular 40-year-old white woman, and then look at a 40-year-old black woman.
I don't know why.
And you go,
wait. I don't know why Uber Thurman's feet popped in my head. I'm just like,
wiggle the big toe.
It'd be so many wrinkles in one toe,
and it'd be like a green vein in there.
Yeah, like what's that vein?
I'm like, how your veins green?
Heroin vein you got going on?
That's alien. That's an alien. Weird. That's alien blood.
But no, I really do wonder what the fuck it is. I mean, we sexy, yeah. We, you know what I'm saying, we look good, we age well. But what is it? Why are they so obsessed with our bodies?
Because we're amazing. And they watch porn.
And you know, I think it's
come on, you think black.com is for niggas? Nah, that's for white women.
It's the melanin, because when white people get around and they see it's something that it's
glow,
like they want to touch, and they're enamored with the skin, like they're
even as babies.
They're enamored with the smoothness of the skin, and then of course again we have curves, we have figure, we have you can see our shape, like we look we look like something.
Yes,
we look like a whole lot of something.
Yeah,
a whole lot of energy.
And as I think a black woman, when white men see all of that, it's like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, when white men got to Africa, they were like, what the fuck?
Do you see these titties? Do you see that ass? like
he was talking to the king. Let me get a night with your daughter, bro. Like at least one of them.
But that's how white men talk to you. When they're talking to you, they're not talking to you looking at you. They're looking at you as they're sizing you up. Like so
man, you got a lot of under them booty.
Yeah, you deserve to get your nails done. Your skin.
You should always be taken care of. See, white men were the first sugar daddies, and they really
they invented that.
They invented that shit.
They was like, I ain't got dick to give. I ain't got dick to give, but I got this gold I stole from the Persians.
I got plenty of that. I own a fucking silk mill in China.
Yeah, like
I'm like, what's your name, Francois? I'm like,
I have you draped in the finest.
And that honestly, that single-handedly, almost, pretty much, largely, it prevents me from really taking white women serious. It's like, how do I know I'm not a fetish to her? Like,
I know I am.
And I always say,
give me your big fat cock.
If I date a white woman,
your big black cock. She's gonna say she's gonna let you know it's black.
Your nigger cock. Yeah, no, that's when she's about to come.
I'm not gonna lie. That's
about
the one thing I'm not ready for.
Yeah,
I'm not ready for that.
Yeah,
because I'm like, I want to finish.
You gotta bop her in the forehead if she say that.
Thump her just like no.
Even if she fucking
no,
even
ma'am.
in the middle of stroking.
No ma'am. Like, I will restrain.
I'm a flick your left nipple when you say that.
Like, yeah, no.
I hope.
But like that's why if I do date a white woman, she got to be from like the Caucasus motherland.
Oh, you mean
South
like
Africa?
No, she gotta be.
South African white
What? Them motherfuckers.
South Africa?
Nah, baby, that's like Eastern Europe. Eastern Europeans are the real white folks.
They the real white people. They the most authentic white.
They the niggas that reflect.
There's so
So
much.
the white folks that was born in South Africa, they not.
Hell no. No, Elon them is not real white people. They're weird ass hosh posh white
African
people.
don't make you black.
With the accents, even with the
I don't.
accents.
You know what? I'll be real with you. I have not stored what Elon Musk sounds like in my brain.
It's hard to store anything about Elon Musk. Elon Musk is a people. He's like he's a weird little digital anomaly of a human being.
I'm still trying to figure out where he got all that money.
Well, he came from a Tony Stark ass dad.
Oh,
his dad
really?
was a brilliant engineer. His mom was a supermodel.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Okay,
Yeah, like he come from. He's a weirdo. He's a whole comic book character. But nonetheless, when I say motherland of white people is like the French or Swedish or like, where I'm gonna go home and their parents are gonna ask me questions that they're kind of odd. They're fetishizing questions because they're white, but it's not from a source of colonial racism. Yeah. It's not directly from. I'm
like, well, we just don't see y'all.
Like you're just.
I've seen you in books. I've seen you on TV.
Right, I heard about you, but I just, what's your story? Like,
like I don't think I've met a. Let's see, I think I've probably met every ethnicity that I can possibly meet. Like from at least someone who represents a DNA sample. I feel like I'm trying to figure out what's a DNA sample I haven't met.
Like when you say meet, you mean like actually picked it with and sat down and unpacked
and talked to them. Yeah, like I've met people from Turkey, Czechoslovakia, Russia. I met one person who was Mongolian Russian.
That would be fire.
Yeah, that shit was crazy.
Yeah, that'd be fire.
Because I was like, yo, how was your upbringing? He was like, it was pretty standard. He was like, my dad was cool. My mom was cool.
I mean, like I knew a girl who's Portuguese, but this was like middle school. This was like right before I moved from the south to the east side, and she was in middle school and filled out like a woman. It was strange.
Yeah,
and she had a very Portuguese accent. And I was
teachers were trying to holler at her. That's how bad that was.
It was awkward. And them white boys didn't know what to do. Yeah, they didn't know what to do. They just turned red when they saw her.
Man, I met a woman from Mozambique. Yeah,
see,
I'm like that's like the Brasilia in Africa.
Honestly,
like they built just like the Brazilians. Yeah. Like they have the same like real strong but consistent tone of skin. Like that shit is crazy.
Yeah.
Like she was stupid. She was fine. Like she like if Elon Musk was a regular dude and good looking, he would try to holler at her. Like,
but you know what? Like, my reaction that I just did. It's a fetishizing, yeah. I look at some Kenyan women.
But I feel like it's okay for black people to fetishize black people, though.
You want to say a bombastic was a person, the Nigerian body type, like what I'm saying, like that curvy thing, and we look at it as American men, like, God damn. But we don't feel emboldened to like get it. Like it's not a get it vibe from us. Like if I meet dope, but it's not when I see one, I'm gonna say I've never been with a Nigerian. Like we're not gonna say no creepy shit like that.
We never say that. No.
White people just lack the awareness to say like they on some put the lotion in the basket type shit. Like
because they use lotion. Why people use lotion?
But
lotion was made for white skin, and it was not to breathe, obviously.
No, but the Hannibal reference. Put the lotion. Shadiz put the lotion in the basket where he was like trying to make her skin supple so he could eat her, so he could consume her.
Ew, why would you? If you're gonna,
remember that?
No, because if you're gonna eat somebody, give them some coconut oil. Keep.
At least season them up.
Now, that's how you know Hannibal Lecter was written by a white dude.
Exactly. They don't
because
season food.
Because if you're gonna eat somebody, you wouldn't put lotion on them to marinate them up. You put I want coconut oil only.
That is funny as shit.
That's serious. That's real talk.
That's how you know you got a black serial killer.
Yeah.
Or Hannibal.
Because he's thinking about his body when he eats it.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Well, I don't know why we went down this. This is a hell of a tangent.
It's called tangent, baby. Talking in tangents. But we're talking about being fetishized is being black.
Yeah.
The last one I know that the one that sticks out the most for me was when I was shooting down in Florida for this talent show. And it had like real talents. It was like a Christian talent show, but it had like people from Fox, the New York Observatory for Acting, whatever it is called, and getting like scholarships to take acting classes in LA or NYC and stuff like that. But I remember my job was to take pictures at the showcases. And one time I had on my Converse. I wear a size 15. So, yeah. So, yeah. So.
What the lady said, the pedicure.
Do they charge?
Shut up, man.
What you say? What you say? She was like, we charge extra. We charge extra.
Nah, she was looking at my
pinky toe too long.
Like, I realized like I like this place we went today because they were cutting. Because I like
that was racist.
If you're gonna, yeah, it was. If you're gonna insult me in English, and that's what she was doing. Like, she wasn't speaking Korean to me. She wasn't going, da. She was going, oh, wow, I'm going to cut toes now. Wow, they're very long, very long. And I'm just like, bitch, you don't get to cut my toenails? But part of me was like, I kind of fuck with her, though. Because that's some real shit to say to your customer.
I fuck with Asians because, like, they about like us when it's like, no, you need to, why you come outside with this shit?
Yeah.
Like my toenails grow up. Like, they grow upward. And so, like, I went one
Mine
day.
go down. Mine will go around.
So they curve around.
They'll go. If I let it grow, that shit, I have little helmets for my toes. Yeah, that's how it grows.
That's efficient.
Yeah, it does that.
In the ancient world,
I've never got to that, but I know that's where it goes. I've never got to that, but I know that's where it goes.
Pedicures is essential.
Okay. When the pandemic came, a lot of depression was present. And I mean,
don't you blame your emotions on
yes,
that?
I will.
Pedicures
Dude,
and
I didn't have a haircut for 4 months. I've never, as an adult, got a haircut after 4 months.
It's a great stress reliever. Going and just
no, I don't like that shit. It's the cuticle shit that's traumatizing for me.
Yeah, when
that's why you should go and get it done once
pushing.
a month, so you don't have to deal with that.
No,
a man pedicure and manicure is under $60.
No, I'll give myself a pedicure at home. I will do that.
Nah. There's nothing better than sitting there and letting Kim Ching bust her hands.
Shin, she was
wow,
playing.
That's why you go once a month.
Y'all just say her real name.
We're minorities. We
say her real name.
On the tag, on the apron it says Stacy.
No, first of all, Mrs. Chu.
Robbie.
I don't know, Miss Chu.
No. I'm gonna say
Mrs.
this.
Chu did my hands today.
Whatever lovely woman. Lovely Asiatic woman that did my feet.
I thought Asiatics were black.
I don't know, nigga. I don't know. But she kept rubbing my toes and trying to get the grain of my toenail. And I'm like, yeah, it point up. It point up. Clip, bitch. Clip and go. Clip and go.
Oh, that's how you felt?
Move on.
I was like, she judging the grain of my toenail. Yeah. I can't help it. My toenail funny made.
She was judging you.
Yeah, she was judging the fuck. She kept judging my middle toenail. And I'm like, listen. At least I got all of them. How many niggas come in here with all their toenails?
I feel a decent amount.
There's some dudes that come in there with black toenails.
Like their toes
are dead.
Yeah.
Like he ain't getting no blood to his
circulation at all.
So like I have
he was a football, like he was jamming your foot in the wall for no reason.
I have like
so that's how you relieve stress. You just kick walls.
So my
why do your feet look like that?
My dad when I was a kid he had real bad like foot fungus. Yeah, and I'm talking about it lasted like I remember since I was a kid till I was about like 15, 16.
I can't deal with that. I can't deal with stinky feet.
And trauma comes from that for me because he used to make me rub his feet.
I can't.
Yeah. And
he made you rub it.
Yes.
Oh Lord.
Yes, and then like it was so bad that my mom always told me.
Explains a lot.
Yes. So like I literally had a girl ask me to suck her toes, and I was like, no, I'm not sucking nobody's toes.
You know what? I used to be so.
And she had some pretty toes, but I wasn't going.
I used to be so opposed to that shit. I don't
understand the feel of toe sucking. Like,
well, I mean, it's different for everybody. Some people want their asshole ate.
It feels exactly like what's happening. Your toes being sucked.
Listen, I used to be so.
I guess you're right. I guess no king shaming.
I used to be so opposed to the toe sucking thing. And I came across this chick that had her feet was the God shined down on her feet, and that's it.
He blessed her.
He blessed her feet, and that's it. And I was like, baby girl, I'm gonna take my time down here. She's like, okay, I'm not much of a foot person. I am today. That's all I got today. And we're gonna play with these feet.
You suck them toes?
I sucked them toes. Oh, wow. I sucked them toes.
Wow, that's pretty.
Look, listen, we not kink shaming today, all right?
No,
we're not. Is you freaks or is you freaks? I mean, what are we doing? We grown. We grew up yesterday.
I mean, I didn't swipe the balloon knot a few times. So
say what?
The balloon knot. You know the balloon knot.
What's that?
The balloon knot. Think about it.
Balloon knot. Oh, the
balloon knot.
This is the clit.
The butthole, nigga.
Oh, the butthole. Oh,
wow.
Oh, that does look like a
Thank
balloon
you.
knot.
Oh my
I'm
God.
sorry I didn't put it together. I never thought about that.
I've been calling that the balloon knot for like a solid 15 years.
If you done ate coochie vigorously, passionately, you done ate some butt.
Yeah, you done.
You done ate some butt.
You done made some weight. You done made your way downtown.
Because women don't have taints. Y'all don't have taints, right?
Y'all have like a little land bridge.
Yeah, land bridge.
That fucking fucking Russian from Alaska bridge. That's what y'all got. We can see each other.
One of those bridges too small to get his own name. It's the road name.
It's like a strait.
It's just a strait.
the Arctic Strait.
Yeah. So I mean, if you passionately on a drunken tequila night, you done ate some butt. Yeah. Now, if you choose to go seek out the butt,
you don't went past it out of bounds. You made the catch.
I haven't gotten to that point to where I'm like, tonight, girl.
It's not something you think of doing. It's something that you there and you like. And the thing is, before you get there, you've already calculated. Like, all right, she did take a shower before she got.
Oh no, I'm gonna. If I know I'm on that freaky time shit, I'm about to bathe her.
Like
she was the whole.
Like you ain't eating no booty after the gym.
My freak shit come in packages.
Because you gonna taste it.
My freak, and this is I'm gonna go ahead and put it out there. My freak shit come in packages. If I bathe you when we get home, I already know what time it is. It's game time. If I bathe you, But if I don't bathe you,
that's real talk. But the thing is, I learned from one girl.
You know what? That makes. I mean, like, cause I don't know, like, what type of female is like not bathing herself good enough?
You'd be surprised
for you.
No, it ain't about you bathing, and that's when the right female gonna know. This is not me doubting your abilities. It's me assuring that I don't get pink eye. I'm about
to go medieval on them.
But that's you as a female. Like,
I'm gonna vibrate the thong song.
When you hop in the shower, like that, you cleaning yourself. Like you're
but not everybody. Yeah, and I'm not gonna lie. I've dealt with a lot of beautiful women who never been down in the shower, never lifted their feet up in the shower.
What? Never. Man.
And I'm sitting there. I'm in the back of the shower by the bench, like, you done? The water's still hot. You done? And she's like, yeah, I'm good. And she getting up under the titty, drying off.
I'm sorry.
I'm like, baby girl, it's so much.
Stuck.
There's so much left. You need to get the calf muscle.
Your fingers
is
supposed to go into your crevices when you clean it. You have
behind
folds.
The knee. I swear to God.
If you not even behind the knee, you have folds. If you not,
if you're not spreading shit out, if you're not spreading shit out,
how's the wash rag not going in? How's the wash rag?
Man, y'all can see visually what he just did.
How is your loofah or your wash rag not going in? Like,
I need that loofah.
How is it not? How is it not going in there?
How are you not? Like, it's malleable on purpose. It's supposed to be getting in some places and doing
water
some things.
Water is supposed to, like, flush.
And so by me supervising the process, I already know what time it is. You know what I'm saying?
I don't like that. I don't like that either. I don't like that because
I don't like that. You get to her feet and she got ash on the backside of her toes.
Because
you're like, baby, that's something else.
Just the way you rub oil and moisturize. But just the way you must do you watch a female like just massage oil into their skin? Like, I love that shit. That's a foreplay.
I like watching.
If you can do that to your skin to lubricate, like, why aren't you doing that in the shower?
Why aren't you exfoliating and like really lathering?
It's a routine. Yeah. You're exfoliating at least 3 times a week. You're sitting in the tub at least twice a week. Like, you have a routine. Like, it's a routine for feminine to be a female. Like, you got your body is like we got temple. Stuff.
And y'all are built like Ferraris. Like a Honda can skip an oil change, a Ferrari cannot.
Nah,
you know what I'm saying? Like we Hondas, we Chevys.
Y'all always running.
Y'all are Ferraris and Bugattis.
It's an investment to maintain yourself as a female. Like you,
I love a woman who showers too much. I love that shit. I love run up. I'm gonna tell you the one. I'm cheap. Y'all know me. I'm cheap.
I don't want her to run up my water bill. Naturally stripped.
You can matter of fact, the crazy chick, she complained that I ran up her water bill because every time I came over, because we was on some freaky time shit, I took a shower. no matter what, we got finished fucking. I took a shower. We fucked again. I took another shower. She was like, you taking too many showers.
My
You run on my water bill.
dry as fuck.
Yeah.
I don't care. I'll be asking.
Did you oil up every time?
Yeah, I got coconut oil. You know me. I'm the coconut oil dude. Like I get the
She wanted to be your
triple
boyfriend
process.
so bad.
What?
She wanted to be your boyfriend so bad.
Yeah,
you weren't
coming.
I meant.
You weren't coming over there and fucking and staying for a couple hours and then going about your business. Like we
was fucking. We were going
you were
marathons.
posting up.
Yeah, you were fucking and watching Batman be
cuddling up and letting her fall asleep on your chest. And
I don't go outside.
She'd be falling asleep and watching you sleep and shit. Like,
and to be fair, I tried that. I
was
did
doing
try
all that intimate shit.
I tried that. I'm gonna come over on Friday. We gonna have fun Friday night to Saturday. I'm gonna go home.
Nope.
Can't do that.
No,
Friday night after fucking, you get your ass up and you leave. And if you gonna fuck again on Saturday, then you pull back up on Saturday.
And that's true.
There's no spending the night.
I work late. So
there ain't no staying around to take the shower. You better get that hot wash rag, wipe off them balls, and keep it moving. When you kicking over and you going in,
this
now
woman
you
has
got a
lived
towel.
that life.
Now you got a towel laid up at her house. Now you got your own wash rag. Now you know the routine of how to move around her house.
I did, and you know what? The first red flag was I did have like when I got over there. I was she designated the other bathroom, like the guest bathroom, to me. With a wash rag.
Yep, that's where you fucked up. You had a toothbrush
and a whole thing.
Once you get a toothbrush, you think you can just come over.
Once you have a routine, it's a problem.
Yeah, it's a problem.
I just thought she was being, you know what I'm saying?
No, she was being she was trying to woo you into comfortability for you to get normal and be like, you know what?
So
it's about to be a thing.
Hold on. Let's take the same theory and apply it to the damn hospitality industry in the hotels.
Okay.
The hotels are going to say, we can't give them soap and toothbrushes because they're going to want to stay. No, it's not. Well, actually, they kind of do.
No, they give you just
that's part of the package. If anything, we take that shit with us.
Yeah, but they give you just enough, though.
We have friends that
you got to call down or go down to the front desk and ask for more soap. Like, after that little bar soap wear out for 3 days, like,
oh, you
it's time for you to go.
Like, oh, you like the service. You here. Yeah.
So now you got to pay for it.
Okay. All right. But I mean, you know, I was thinking like, yo, we're going to keep it funky. We're going to keep it not funky. We're going to keep it non-funky. You know, we're going to keep the party going.
I mean, I knew that when I was dating the girl your ex introduced me to.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Because if you think she kept on getting antsy every time. Like, I was never ever said I was trying to be her man, but it's like just the way we were kicking it.
That wasn't on you. That was some Sagittarius shit.
Yeah.
That's some Sagittarius would be like, this shit feel good. This shit feel good as fuck. I got to get up out of here. I'm losing control. I got to get the fuck up out of here. And they fly. They the most skatey, most slippery motherfuckers you ever meet. You know,
they can break a tackle.
I have a homegirl who called herself dating 2 people and she found herself in a relationship with 2 people. But again, it's the way that she treats both of them. When she's with them individually, she got both of them feeling like we boyfriend and girlfriend. And then throughout the day and whatever, she still makes a whole routine for them to the point where both of them think they got a girlfriend. And she's like, shit. Like, realistically, I don't want to be with any of them, but I really don't want to be by myself either.
So you saying both of them feel like they got a girlfriend?
Uh-huh.
Are they being deceived or are they just both complacent? Are they both just like comfortable in a situation? Or is one of them like really thinking, yo, this my
one of them is at least in the dark.
Well, no. Both of them think that they the only dudes.
See, to me, that's not player. Like, that's not cool.
Whenever they bring up the point of, you know, I understand you want to be by yourself, or give her a reason for her to step up, she freezes up. And rather than her saying something, she doesn't really say anything. So, and then she continues that level of routine. So they end up just going right back to doing what they were doing without that level of understanding. Like, I really don't want to be with you, but I don't know how to leave you alone because now it's a part of our routine.
Yeah.
And she got 2 dudes like this.
She better stop for somebody to get stabbed. You see, you can't play with dudes like that. You can't.
Nah,
like,
you can't.
Like, women, it's bad with anybody. You shouldn't play with anybody. But with men, the level of personal we take it is to death.
I feel you.
It's to death. Like, we don't.
Yeah, you can't waste to waste a man's time, especially he know you wasted his time.
And to get us to give a fuck. To get us to give a fuck, you gotta understand. 3 women, and this is my theory. We got 3 opportunities to meet a woman that we give a fuck about before we become savages for life. And some
Really?
men, and that's a developed man. There's some undeveloped men that got one. We all know that one who got did wrong in middle school and was never right.
Oh, okay.
He was a savage.
Yeah.
Was a player in high school, running through the teachers and everybody.
Damn.
At least trying. At
least trying. And then, but the average guy's 3 women. If you really convince a man to give a fuck and you dog him out, you done created a monster.
Yeah.
And he gonna raise another little monster. Like, you gotta
Not necessarily.
Not necessarily. Yeah, that's
because my brother was a monster when I was young, but I didn't show out to be a monster.
But even your brother, right? So, I sense, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, I sense that he's an older man now, and he's tired. He ain't trying to run around.
Nah, he can't do it no
he
more.
Also, his mind is not like, he's still like, yo, I'm a dog. Like, I'm a dog. I know how to be a dog better than I know how to be anything else. So I'm gonna keep my distance. I'm gonna try to do this, but I'm gonna keep my distance.
I mean, he plays the
Correct me if I'm wrong.
I mean, I don't know personally to
like to
agree
sniff.
with that, but I can hear. Yeah, see, yeah.
Dogs like to sniff.
Exactly.
And the problem is, it's the ones that don't know how.
On a short chain, he gonna get
it's the
vicious.
ones that don't know how to sniff and walk away. They go, that smells nice, and then he goes, all right, I'm gonna go head on home. Not know, hey, I like your smell. The moment you start liking the smell and talking to them about their smell, you fucking up.
Babe, the bookstore.
Today or the
Today with the hat, the guy.
Oh yeah, so we was at we went to this Barnes and Noble, and it's going out of they're shutting it down, putting the fucking Marshalls there. Hey. So fucking I have on a fedora, nice little Ranger fedora. And there's another young lady there, and she looks good. She's a nice looking young lady, and she has on a fedora as well. So I just happened to be turning around and walking out the section that she was in, because she had walked in, but I was looking for books that I didn't find. So I was just walking out, and the dude just stops me, and he goes, "Hey, you with her?" And I was just like, "Huh?" He said, "You with her?" And he points to her. I was like, "Her? No, that's not no, I don't know her." He said, "Oh shit, man, y'all both got the same hat, so I'm thinking y'all probably on the same this and that, blah blah blah." I'm like, "Nah, this and that, blah blah blah." And as I proceed to walk away, this nigga fucking just whoop, "Hey, how you doing?" This and that, blah blah blah. See, I saw your hat and this and that, blah blah blah. I mean, like, he was loud enough for her to already hear him say what he said to me, and then he was like, "All right, cool. I need to know that me talking to her ain't gonna be a problem with any nigga in this store."
That's what he do. Like,
and he shot his shot.
You remember
real.
the Sims game? We used to have like little avatars like floating around, just waiting to get into some shit. That's that nigga. He's like, I'm like, wasn't Noop.
Oh, that nigga was buzzing. He like, I know some learning holes in here somewhere. Somebody like to read.
That goes what you were saying the other day. If the woman if she by herself, like,
oh,
it's a problem.
yeah,
She like that lamb chop on a fucking Jurassic Park, and it's fair. It's fair game. We know there's hunters out there, and that's why.
Yeah, but it's there's hunters and there's predators.
Exactly.
Like
I'm glad you made that.
Like, it's a hunter that goes like, "Hey, let me get your number, this and that, blah blah." Like, a hunter plays the odds.
Yeah,
a hunter.
That guy wasn't a hunter.
He's trying to see. He's trying to see what he can get.
That guy at the bookstore wasn't a hunter.
Nah, he saw
that was a predator.
That was a predator. That nigga saw something. Play looked around, because the predator plays it a little bit more.
I'm glad
he's more for it.
Yeah,
he's more for it, but he's also still gonna move a little bit more calculated.
Yeah, because
he calculated that. He like, hold on real quick, let me make sure that this nigga ain't already doing that, because I know he can knock a nigga out.
Exactly. Like, he's a real threat.
Yeah, he's a threat.
Her being uncomfortable is
like,
not a threat.
Like, if I was a little nigga, like I was a little skinny nigga, he would have talked to her no matter what.
Yeah, he would have bypassed you and been like, blah blah.
Which I don't understand why niggas think you can stiff arm a girl's current boyfriend, and she go, "You know what? He is weak."
Hey,
he is weak.
Hey, it is. Don't be a bitch. But it is what it is. But yeah, I'm glad you made that difference, because it's like. And I feel like us modern people, we're going against our biological mandate. As men, we're hunters. You know what I'm saying?
Naturally, yeah.
And women are nesters. They're nesters.
Because hunters lay out traps.
We pursue, right?
Yeah,
and then
you're following around, a little bit stalkerish almost.
And I feel like it's a spectrum in any, like, with what was that old school movie from the 90s about the lion who got the taste for human blood, and it became a predator, like it became a super predator.
I That was a movie?
It was a movie.
It wasn't Lion King or nothing, right?
Nah. Nah, damn. It was a dope ass movie.
Lion King.
So it came from a true story. And they had to hunt the lion down and put it down because it was hunting humans for sport.
That was a lion? That was a movie?
I think it was called Ghost in the Dark or some shit.
Ghost in the Dark.
It was I cannot remember the name of that movie. It was a true story about a lion in Africa that got a taste for human blood, and it was going around from camp to camp, pulling people out their tents and shit.
Damn.
You know, but nonetheless, I think there's a
I'm looking it
crossover
up now.
I think there's a crossover effect from becoming a hunter into a predator, where you're just hunting for the sport. And I think naturally every man is a hunter, is a pursuer.
Yeah.
But then the conscious beings that we are, we've adapted to a place to where we say companionship is just as valuable as conquest.
Absolutely.
And it's more valuable in this environment we've created. So now we're going against our biological mandate, but we're actively going against our biological mandate. And so if a guy is crossed in that formidable years, if he's crossed, he's gonna revert back to his biological mandate.
I feel you.
And he's gonna become a player. And he's gonna be demonized, but it is what it is. And the same thing for a woman.
Some can say I played, but I didn't consider myself a player.
I think
No,
hold on. You was never a player.
No,
Yeah.
well, but
Never
thing
a
is,
player. You played the game
But
at
thing
one
is, to
point.
some people, I'm considered a player because I had this one woman calling me on Monday, then I had this other woman calling me on Wednesday, and then one comes out of town on Friday.
And I guarantee
that's
not
not
one of
player.
them women thought to themselves, if they were being honest with themselves,
Or worried about
that I'm the only one calling him, or he's,
They weren't thinking about that.
they weren't thinking, but
They wasn't. They weren't take. They
somewhere.
They didn't, because I guarantee. Did they ever ask about another woman?
Yeah, one did.
And what was the answer they got?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
and then
And she knew that answer before. Women are intuitive. She
And
knew
then did you continue to kick it or did you stop?
I think we fucked maybe 2 more times.
Okay, so
And you
it
let
doesn't
it
mean
go.
anything. You messing with someone else, it even you telling her, even if there was someone there or not, it wouldn't have stopped her from entertaining you anyway. Which is why
I guess she
y'all kept
just.
on fucking.
I think more so she was seeing how she could play it because
Oh yeah, everybody.
Yeah.
tries to
like one thing.
That's why no one. That's why they didn't really care like that for real.
But see, I'm not a player simply because I can't do that. It's because I refuse to.
You're like my homegirl, the one with the two dudes.
I refuse to deceive. No,
No, okay.
No,
Mike will let the hoes know.
I'll let them both
But-
know.
Even still, letting
Let
know
the
your
hoes know.
actions and what you're doing and the consistency of what you're creating still doesn't mean anything.
That's my vibe. It's like
I mean, my homegirl, the only difference is she's not really verbally saying anything, even
all.
when the opportunity presents itself.
At all.
But
Yeah, that's
her
the difference between me. I'm gonna say that shit
actions
out loud.
is
I'm gonna be like, hey.
yeah, but and
by
then
the
what
way,
happened? What happened to old girl? You said it out loud, and what happened? Where'd she go?
She freaked out,
And
she,
then?
and she left, right? So
and then she.
she came back,
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
and when she came back,
then?
and I'm glad you asked that. When she came back, it would just so happen the girl that she got mad about. I was like, yo, I'm estranged from that. We're not fucking with each other no more. But this just happened.
Did you
This-
stick your dick
No,
back in
hold
her?
on. This just happened 2 weeks. So she hit me up literally 2 weeks after I stopped talking to the other girl. And I was like, hey, it's just been 2 weeks. And we was doing something. We was really moving down a path. I'm gonna give her a little bit of time. Let me be. I literally said, "Let me be good." I literally said that in text. I said, "Let me be good. Let me see how this shit plays
That
out."
was humorous.
I said,
I'm not gonna lie, that's hilarious. Mike.
Not a word.
Dead ass. I said,
Let me be good.
Let
It sound
me
like a
be
fucking
good.
Elvis song.
Sounds
Let me be
okay.
good.
Sounds
whatever.
good.
It may be whatever. But listen, I was like, let me
Pipe-ass
let me
dream.
be right. Let me be honest. And I was like, don't you want guilt-free dick? I literally said that. I said, don't you want guilt-free dick?
I'm not gonna
Like,
lie, Mike. You,
Dick is dick.
I'm gonna clap for
Dick
that
is
one.
dick.
I'm gonna clap for
Dick
that
is
because
dick.
there's no way to misinterpret that at all.
And I said, don't you want? I said,
When you're fucking, you're not
I said,
thinking
let me
guilt,
figure this
guilt,
out.
I'm gonna
guilt.
clap for that.
You
I said,
chasing
I'ma
that
give her
nut.
opportunity
Don't you
to
want
come
some?
around.
Don't you want some none of strings?
I also
attached?
said, hey, if we were dealing with each other seriously and we had a fight, would you want me to go fuck somebody just right off, like after a fight, 2 weeks after a fight? No, we want to see our ways through it. So let me give. And so I gave her time. I gave her like another 3 weeks or something. Nothing came out of it. I was like, what you doing? What you doing? Okay, you ain't doing nothing.
All right,
Let
cool.
me pull up. And then I said, and then I said, hey, what you pulled back there while we first stopped talking showed me that you're a little emotionally unhinged. I'm not comfortable with committing to that. I'm just looking for fun right now. I legit said, I'm just looking for fun because I can't trust what you got going on.
And then you still continue to fuck her.
No. I said, this is before I fucked her, ever. This is before we saw each other for the second time.
Yeah, but then you
fucked her.
Yeah, so what you said, and regardless of...
When we linked again,
I'm gonna still change him because he fucking me, and I'm giving him
that's
good pussy.
on her. That
I said that same thing, but it don't stop her.
It's on her, but you're feeding into whatever her level of psychosis.
Is that player on me?
Yeah,
because you kept on giving her the dick.
Because the reason why is that you recognized it.
Yeah.
You recognized it. You even told her that you recognized it. And then you know what you didn't do? Go, you know what? I'm good.
Yeah.
You literally said, I know you're emotionally unhinged. You use that phrase with her. So she went, oh, so you do know I'm a little nutty.
That's my that's sick. That's slick like my relationship with and that's why I was able to maintain a relationship with him like
is not an ex, just a dude she used to have fun with.
He's like my home. For
context.
I don't want to say he's like, I guess my relationship with him is like
was.
Yeah. He's hurt. He's sad. He's in his feelings right now.
Yeah. I mean, good for him.
But it was always a level of understanding.
That's where the healing starts.
It's always a level of understanding, knowing that regardless of what your feeling is, do not put it on me. I don't care if you're holding me accountable to whatever you got going on. That has nothing to do with me, but I'm still going to maintain my level of self with you. You can, like, if you're in your feelings and you're going through it, I'm going to keep distance. Like, we would go maybe like a year, 6 months without talking to each other. But when we would pick up, it'd be like we pick up from where we left off. Like, hey, and then when we're in each other's space, when I'm with you, I'm with you. And then when you go about your business, you go about your business. Yeah. We may speak maybe like in a month, maybe go like a week, 2 weeks with speaking with each other like consistently every day, and then it'll go 6 months or a year without we, even communicating. But it was always a level of understanding that even though we rock with each other, we hold a space, but you don't hold a space to where it's going to shake me or make me be like, we're together or I want to be with you. It's like, nah, we cool. We just got a really good thing going on because we have a level of understanding. Like, I don't want you like that, but I still want the relationship we got going on.
The bridge of that understanding. So I thought with little crazy, we had an understanding.
But she wasn't showing. She
was at first.
Nah,
she was, and she was by literally giving me a digital cosign by saying, "Okay, cool."
But even
but
that,
that's a binding contract. If you can right now,
you bountifully told her you.
But the consistency, all of that,
y'all two can take a $10,000 loan out on your phone right now and say, me, X, Y said I'm okay with this. Here's my digital signature. Boom, $10,000 in your bank. And you're beholden to that shit. They can collect on your wages to get that shit back.
Yeah, no question.
Why the fuck does that shit not exist in our interpersonal relationships? Why can't I give
because people have trauma?
But that's not fair. That's not fair to me. I got trauma. I'm hurt.
When you recognize, but it's the
I got problems too.
I got problems too.
Like you were saying, it's the awareness and the responsibility of you as a person. Yeah. Once that connection, like for example, when the last to town, he came into town, we were kicking it, everything is going good, and I mean my appetite is my appetite, so it is. So at day 4 he was like I didn't come here for that, and I was like, but you came here to be with me for a whole week, so what the fuck, like you want me to drop you back off at your mama house, like, so what are we doing? So I realized that we only got 2 more days and he goes about his business. So let me just endure, or not endure. Let me just enjoy the rest of the time that we have. So I'm being normal, like, all right, cool. Yeah. It's an understanding.
Right.
I'm still a little frustrated. However, it is what it is. We get to the airport. I drop him off and he's all like, giving me the whole rhyme and reason. And I'm like, we're good. Like, you don't have to give me any more. I know that you don't have to. But no, that's always been our thing, though. Like, to hold each other accountable. Like, what the fuck are we doing? If I can't check you and you can't check me, what the fuck are we doing? For us to be able to maintain the relationship that we have, we got to be able to check each other.
So tell the people how do you foster that dynamic to where both people are?
You have to, but as a person, you have to recognize when a person is holding themselves accountable for their trauma and not pushing it onto you. Yeah. Because once old girl started showing you different type of symptoms,
I had an option.
You had an option to be like, or create some distance and give her like a week or two.
But I did though. Honestly, I did, and this is not to make excuses. Like this is, I honestly no, I legit did. She spazzed out when I was at Rodney's house. I woke up in the morning. She was expecting a text, I guess, in the morning.
Oh, it's like, what type of man sleeps at another man's house?
Okay, so what was your response? What was your response?
I was like, I was a little passive aggressive. I was like, hey, I hope you remember the good times and the bad times. I was like, I don't think we're meant to be. We're not on the same page. I was this is when we first getting to know each other. And I'm trying to be nice. And I'm like, hey, best of luck out there. We not compatible. We're not on the same page right now. Boom, done. And then that's when that fast forward X amount of months. I go back or I go back to talking. That fell out, and that's when she come back. Even in that moment, I say, I don't want nothing serious because you showed me you're fucking crazy, and I don't trust you. So if we do deal with each other on some fun fucking shit, cool. Start fun fucking around. Who the fuck? Where you been? You didn't pick up the phone. I was like, oh, we not on the same page. Don't call me no more.
But with the fun fucking, was it some consistency with the fun fucking? Were you was it still a weekly thing?
Not at first. Not at first. At first it was just fun fucking. And then it was, you ain't picking up the phone at 10 o'clock in the morning, blah, 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 blah. You claim you work early, but I think you married. And I'm like, okay, all right. Well, and then I was like, well, we ain't compatible because you don't know what I'm talking about. This is where I will take accountability. Call me from a block number or call me from like a Google number.
That's the worst.
I was tripping back there, blah, blah, blah. She come back in. I know what time it is. I know she's not there. And I was like, but the shit was dope.
At this point, everything she would have been saying to me, I'd have laughed at her.
Exactly. A sane, responsible, and men, you got to hold yourself accountable. As a responsible individual, you know what time it is, bro. We grown.
Period.
I should have said no. Like right now, you need to focus on you and take care of that. Instead, I was thinking that little voice in the back of my head was like,
"She gonna do
that shit." Was fire.
It's great, and you could have played it, but how you go about playing it, you already set the tone for her at this point. For y'all to entertain and leave alone. And once she reached back out at you, you should have did exactly that. Once she reached back out, you should went over there and fucked, get that wash rag and get the fuck out of there.
Yep.
3 days later, 4 days later, a week later, be like, yo, but you know what time it is? Let me pull up. So she'd have had, and that's how you should have played it.
All right, look, I got to put this on the table.
I'd have treated it like a little fucking trick.
I got to put this on the table too. There's a part of it that I got kind of played too, because she was such a vibe. Like she had game too. She ran game on me because she's like, what are you into? What do you do in your leisure? And I'm like, I like to smoke hookah and have a drink and catch a vibe.
Yeah.
Her music, her playlist always.
Absolutely.
Always fire. I'm like, how you know about this artist?
What have I been saying?
I showed up one day. She had a bath ran and she bought a hookah for me. She didn't even smoke hookah. She had asthma. Didn't even smoke hookah.
You didn't hear what I said. I'm going to continue this consistency so you can do what? Eventually change your mind.
Okay, but that's where y'all got to take accountability. You can't convince.
That's not y'all. That's her trauma.
Women got to take. When I say y'all,
that's the trauma. When females suck and fuck. When females, and I have friends to do that. Females that feel like if they suck and fuck you something raw, they got you. I don't care how shitty you treat that female. If she's sucking and fucking you and letting you jizz all over her face and all of that type of stuff, she thinks she
and let it dry up.
But she
let it dry up.
But she thinks she got you because she's allowing.
I like that shit, but that shit was
you need to clean that off
because she's allowing you to. I don't want to say violate her body, but she's allowing you to
violate. I want her to be welcomed.
But that's a level of submission. I'm allowing you to enjoy. I'm pleasuring you, and I'm submitting myself to you, so you can have your wildest fantasies and all the other stuff, so you can eventually change. Big titty girl.
Which one?
What other one do you know?
I know, like,
okay, that one. Her relationship with her dude, it's an illusion. But I'ma suck and fuck with you, and I'ma raw you. I'm gonna bring all of these bitches into our scenario. I'm gonna pay your bills. I'm gonna do all of this stuff for you because you're gonna do what? Eventually change your mind.
Okay, and I'm gonna talk on behalf of the man congregation of the planet. That's on y'all.
Absolutely, that's on them. That on me. I dealt with my trauma. I'm
whether we're willfully ignorant,
dudes like my trauma.
Whether we're willfully ignorant or whether we are completely oblivious. If you are trying to finesse a situation,
absolutely,
by that kind of manipulative tactics or whatever, we shouldn't be held at fault. We shouldn't be fuck boys because your fucking didn't work.
Absolutely not. And I think my rhyme and reason for saying all of this is to put y'all on game so y'all will know, did females, when it comes to sucking and fucking and all of that nasty gawk and and it's dripping, and the phlegm and it's nice and wet, everything is saucy. Like that's a level of manipulation because I'm being submissive to you and you're being machismo and you're fucking me all types of good and it looks, the shit looks good. It's great stuff, but it's a level of
a couple of high definition movies and shit.
And I used it for my level because I was chasing my nut. I wasn't allowing dudes to really chase their nut.
Why y'all gotta be so diabolical with that shit though?
Because it's sexy. That shit looks good. It looks good. It's sexy. Fantastic. I know. We know.
That's why we better than Six Flags.
That's why there are a lot of videos. That's why there's a lot of videos of people that are slowly coming out on Twitter because everyone is recording. You seen the Nelly one when old girl was giving Nelly head? It was okay, but she would it was a routine. It was good enough though. He was enjoying it, it still felt good.
There's a part of me that felt like with that situation, either Nelly really did get hacked, which that's a complete error.
Nah, he was sending that to his close friends.
He must have sent it out to a network, or he was on some bitter hurt bitch shit. Where he's like, what?
Who, Miss Jackson?
Because my face ain't in the video.
That's true.
Here you go, bitch. And that's some corny ass Kanye shit.
Yeah, that is true. That is.
But I don't know.
Yeah. Shit. Since y'all motherfuckers gonna step away, I got something to say about the Nelly.
I can't hear you.
Well, since y'all motherfuckers are gonna step away, I'm gonna talk about the Nellyville video that I didn't watch because I don't want to see Nelly's penis. But paying attention to
it was mediocre. It was okay. It was mediocre. It was like
we were going in on that nigga's.
It was like his dick it's an average size dick. It's an advertised. It's a little bit more than your handful. Yeah, just average size. It wasn't anything to really it's relationship dick. It's boyfriend dick.
I'm your boyfriend.
Yeah, nah. It's nah. It's nah.
So I don't have boyfriend dick, is what you saying?
Yes and no.
Okay. All right.
Why you say?
I want to hear more. I like. No, don't walk away. No.
Did you have to?
No.
I would have helped.
We just gonna mumble until she get back because she got an answer to what she just said.
How dare she?
Yeah, how dare she?
That's what's wrong with me. Kim Simmons was right.
Yeah, busy man. How dare she? Oh,
what'd she say?
So she was talking about Nelly, and she was like, I'm like, she's like, he got relationship dick, and I was like, I got relationship dick, and she was like, yes and no. And I was like, excuse me?
Wait the fuck. Yeah, we going to hold on to that. She going to have to describe what the fuck that is.
I never heard no one say that about me.
What the fuck is relationship dick?
I don't know, because it's about to make me mad.
Yeah, I'm upset. What the fuck? I don't want no damn.
Yeah, she coming back on that.
That sound like church food.
Yeah. It sound like it got a lot of calories, and it don't. Yeah, it fill you up, but you
ain't gonna take a plate home.
You ain't gonna take a plate home. You will, but if you broke.
Yeah, if you broke, exactly. You ain't about to them canned beans. You ain't about to take this shit out.
At all. I can't believe she said
Yeah, we got to figure this out. How dare. That's what I mean. They be so damn diabolical
with
they shit. And then we, Because us men, we pride ourselves on being simple in our approach to life.
Yeah.
They'll play in that gray area. They'll play that gray area to death. And we be thinking, I'm hungry, I go eat. I'm sleepy, I go sleep. They're like, this nigga asleep at this time. Mm-hmm. He like dark meat, not white meat. Like, it's like, yo, can we chill out here? Can we live? Let me live.
I don't know about all that, but she gonna have to answer what she said.
Yeah. You got to come on in here and talk about this.
Come on down.
Come on down. We have a special guest from New York by way of New York from Atlanta or however they say it.
Yeah, just say from that place.
From that place over yonder.
She's a carpetbagger by trade.
Your local nigga.
She said this is nothing but a detour on the way to Tinseltown.
10 years later.
I mean, okay, well, I'm going to change the topic once she...
No, we're going to talk about this relationship. Yeah, what the fuck does this shit mean?
Hey, baby, so tell me more about this.
I want to know about this and be honest.
All right, well, so, yeah, I want to hear it.
Wait. What's the question?
All right, so we were talking about Nelly, right? Mm-hmm. And you said Nelly had relationship dick. Mm-hmm. And then I asked you if I had relationship dick, and you said yes and no.
Yeah, I mean, we're in a relationship, so yes, relationship dick.
No, what does that mean?
Yeah, what does that mean? Because you gave me the same, and for what you say, I know I'm packing more than Nelly.
No, it has nothing to do with what you're packing. It's kind of like...
You made it feel like it, though. You made it feel like it.
No.
Evidence
show. She thinks... Go ahead.
No, like it's...
I've heard that theory, though.
Yeah.
I've heard that theory. Women say that, like, the really, really well-endowed dudes, they just leave them as friends with benefits because your wall's got an expiration date.
Oh,
and you're not... And then I've also heard women say that really big dudes get them yeast infections.
I got a yeast infection from one time from a woman.
Well, that you got a yeast infection because she had one, but like they get yeast infections from them dudes because I don't know why. I don't know why. I don't know
what kind of cooch is these people walking around with.
But
you know what? Honestly, I see it. I see it. As far as females and all of that level of stuff, I think it's how your relationship with your vagina. You know what?
You know you need to be eating cranberries, bitch.
That as well. that as well. And you can't take anyone just ramming into your vagina. If you're not arched properly, you're not relaxed enough, or you're not moist enough, or the vibe isn't there enough. Like, there's things that play into how you go about receiving. Like, if you're not really feeling a dude, and so you got somebody that's ramming into you, like, you're going to start drying up, and then it becomes like, now you're just masturbating inside of me. Like, it doesn't become pleasurable. So of course you're going to have some like irritation because now everything is dry and you just got a latex rubbing up against, dry flesh. Like, you're going to get...
Latex by itself causes a lot of problems.
Yeah, like so of course you're going to get
a yeast... People got moved to skin from Trojan now because it doesn't fuck with women's pH balance or something.
I mean, but things like that, taking it, like, how many condoms are you going to use at one night? Like, are you going to go through 4 condoms?
I'm going through... I'm going through at least average 3 condoms.
But how do you think the girl's vagina feels like that afterwards? Is her vagina moist? Like, are you using lubrication?
That's real talk.
See,
and
you have.
So we talk. This
but
is
women about
grown folks sex. Grown folks sex. You need to understand and read the body language to understand when that friction may be too much. Maybe y'all have been going too long.
Yeah.
Maybe a little oral for the next half hour.
Yeah.
Maybe you know what I'm saying. Like, you just reduce the speed. Maybe it's slow for the rest of the night. And that's cool. Mm-hmm. But I do think a lot of people lack the self-awareness to know, like, okay, and a lot of women are too shy, which this got to change. Mm-hmm. This is what we touched on this last time I was here. I don't like super submissive women because super submissive women are afraid to articulate what they want. And I like a woman to say, yo, my shit, like, we've been going too long. Either nut or we got to switch it up. Mm-hmm. Just talk. You know, speak on what you want, you know.
But, and you know, again, that goes to females and their trauma. What past relationships or, you know, the type of communication they had with their last relationship, and then what do y'all have going on? When y'all are having sex, is it more of an intimate connection, or y'all just fucking? Because if y'all just fucking, a bitch ain't got no reason not to be like, you know,
you're gonna have intimate connections, then you have tequila connections. You know, you're gonna have.
So when it's the tequila connection, a female is more susceptible to be like, all right, now spit on my pussy. She'll be able to say something. She'll be a bit more vocal.
There's some ones that still won't. They still just, you know, keep going and doing things that they know their body is not enjoying.
Really? Yeah. And they're sitting up there grimacing while you're having sex, and they're like uncomfortable.
And it's not until like the older I get, the more self-aware I become in the moments where it's not all about nut. It's more about like what's the vibe, like what's the experience, and what's her more importantly, what's her experience. And I notice like a lot of women, I'll see their body language, and I'll see and I'll do something that they like, and I'll move away from it. And then I'll come, and then they'll be like, they won't say nothing.
Yeah, they won't.
And then I'll be like, I'll come back over to the area, and they're like, and I'm like, okay, cool. So I know that's what you like. But you, of course, you don't want to be a one-trick pony, so you don't stay there. You kind of try to build a whole thing. And I know she'll want me to go back and do something else, and she won't say shit. And I'm just like.
So while you're doing it, is she moving her body for it? Like, is she kind of like.
You see the body language and everything, but it'll be a moment, especially when you're like.
But if you stop,
we're talking about tequila sport fucking, right? We're talking about tequila jet ski vacation fucking, right? And you out there, you doing it, you spitting, she's spitting, she hanging from the ceiling fan. This ain't your shit. You'll pay the deposit, you know, type shit. We already broke down all the awkward barriers. Use your words. Use your words. We're both here to have a good time.
But that's
use your words.
It's true. In a sense, but once you start using your words, especially, I think that's a different level of intimacy.
Speak on that.
That's a different level of vulnerability, because now you're kind of like getting to know me a little bit on a deeper. So now, not only are we just fucking, but we're fucking with some type of purpose, like, because now the connection just hit a little different.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, for me personally, and this is my when you say relationship dick, this is how I interpreted it.
Yeah,
I've heard what he talked about, where it's like, oh, what does that really mean? It mean like, you know, fun size type shit, like, you know, or
it means you roll over, like, you know, what day routine, like what type
predictable.
Of not even predicted, like it's good. It's I mean predictable in a sense, but
I couldn't either.
You know, like it's you're never going to really walk away dissatisfied.
Okay, but it's never going to be like. It's never gonna be like
you digging deep, fucking black ass nigga.
I mean, I'm just saying,
like Charlemagne ass.
I want to know too, bro.
Things like that, relationship dick is like even when you mention it, like rocket science not rocket science or anything that would make it mind blowing would be trying something new, like on a birthday or like on a holiday. That type of stuff. Like this is what our sex is like throughout the week, and then.
Okay. Yeah. See, I'm
still a home cooked meal.
The way I interpret it, you might be church food,
but now we got smoke. Now we got it smoked tonight.
What I interpret it as, I might be overly thoughtful because I get into the shit, because again, that's what I'm trained. Mm-hmm. All my experience, all my sexual experience up until 28.
That's homegirl with the 2 boyfriends. That's all she.
You know what I'm saying? All my sexual experience up until 28 was one pussy. I had to master that pussy like a martial art.
One time.
Yeah, I had stupid fun, but like it was never no.
You sucked at least
a couple of titties. Which I felt so bad about that after the fact. During it, I'm not gonna lie, I was a complete sociopath.
You was a kid.
No, you
was a kid though.
It's
right?
crazy
on
because
titties.
During my relationship, I did not feel bad about that shit. Yep. Even in the midst of the breakup, I didn't feel bad. It wasn't until I sat over years and I processed me, I processed her, and I was like, yo. That was foul. Like I was on some wild. I never fucked another woman, but I did everything else.
You ain't get no head.
No, I never got no head. But it sucked a couple
you really didn't?
slapped a couple asses.
So
Okay.
You know,
I mean, I didn't slap the ass and suck the
spring
titty at
break.
a strip club by mistake. Not by mistake, though.
yeah, but in a relationship though, in a committed relationship.
Nah, I mean, nah. But then
Like if she did that,
Were y'all living together type stuff?
yeah, all that.
They've been
Like,
living together since like
we were damn
since
near.
high
We
school.
were literally common law. And my thing is like, at the time, me being young is an excuse.
Absolutely.
Me being in my 20s, but when you just put it on a grand scheme of things, and I've talked to her about it. We
but even
always,
in a grand scheme of things, I'm sorry to cut you off.
yeah,
but
no, it's okay.
this is kind of like, because my son is getting into that area age where, you know, relationships and feelings and emotions and stuff. And one of the things I mentioned to him is in middle school and high school and even in your college years, you know, your main relationship and your focus should be you. I don't think you should allow yourself to be committed to any one particular person, because your body and your mental space is constantly going through transitions, and while you're going through that, to only see one person as your end or be all is unfair to you, because you're really not you're not allowing yourself to experience life not just with yourself but with other people, for you to really have a understanding of what you like and what you're going to tolerate and what you deserve, you know, emotionally, and you know, and it allows yourself to.
You got to give yourself grace. You got to give yourself space,
Absolutely,
and time. And
absolutely.
I think Marcus asked me one time. He was
Date
like, Would
people.
you?
Don't just hold yourself accountable
Exactly.
to one person.
My brother, my mom met my dad maybe 2 or 3 years outside of high school. They knew of each other in high school. They like really started talking to each other 2 years after high school. My brother met who's his current wife and the mother of his children in high school, and they've been dating all through college. They've had their breakups and they've gotten back together, and they're together now. Same thing in my situation. So that there was an order of that, but there, like you said, there's a process of human development,
Absolutely,
that is messy.
Yeah.
It's messy as fuck.
Yeah.
And you can't truly commit to somebody without, you know,
going through the shit yourself.
through that shit,
like you
you know?
have to be okay with, you know, sitting with yourself. And I think and I had to give myself that grace, because I walked away from 13 years. I walked away and I was 32, being single for the first time by myself. And my homegirl, the one with the 2 boyfriends, she's been in a relationship and only been single for maybe like a couple months before she found herself back in a groove in a relationship with someone else. So to force yourself to sit by yourself and to break your routine when you physically and emotionally and every core of your being is forcing you to jump into something that you at this point is innately to move towards. So you have to be okay with, okay, what am I going to do to refocus on myself? Who am I again? What do I fucking like by myself? You know, all the shows and the music and a lot of things that I got accustomed to knowing that had nothing to do with me.
Yeah.
So now you have to sit with yourself for months and days and weeks, and that it's a sick feeling.
It's also a process in doing that to where you feel like that process is okay.
Yes, there you go.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
absolutely.
There was a moment in time I spent the first year out of my relationship. I ain't do shit. I ain't think about another one. I ain't do shit. I sat at home with myself processing the end of a decade-long relationship.
What?
You know, on my entire adult life. So it wasn't until 29 or 20 or 28. So it wasn't until about 30. Like around, you know, my
Question.
30th birthday.
When the relationship was coming to an end, was it? How long was the process when you came to terms with you're going to, like, the relationship is coming to an end? Like, before it honestly came to an end?
Yeah.
Was it like months before it was coming to an
He
end?
can speak on that. And that's
He knew.
So were you already going through the mourning process then, or what did it really hit when you were physically by
mourning
yourself?
process, the actual
Not mourning, but you know.
Honestly, I like that terminology for it, because that's what it feels like.
It does.
Like in your body, that's what it feels
Yeah.
like. Like you're losing something forever.
Yeah.
The mourning process was like maybe 6 months to a year, but the breakup process was probably 4 years.
Wow.
It was like four years of me saying, "Oh shit, this is not my future. Like, this ain't gonna be my future. What does that mean?" And then when it was, this is over and this is over, that's when the mourning process started, and that's when we went to the cabin. And,
How long ago was that? How long after the breakup was that?
No, that was right before the breakup. Like I really, that Pisces in me, I was like really like, I don't want this. I don't want this. I don't want this. How can I fix this? But I feel this. How can I fix this? How can I fix it? And then and talking to her, because we talk, like to this day. I talked to her before I came down here. Like we talk.
That's fine.
And she was like, like things. So when we made the decision and the official snap happened, it was like, bruh, like I think we had to decompress before we could even separate from each other. And fortunately for her, she made the executive decision to like leave my environment, to just completely leave the living space. Even in that, I initiated the breakup, even though the breakup was mutual. I initiated the breakup. She initiated her leaving the living space. I took that shit personal. I was like, fuck.
Pisces.
Oh, you already leaving?
I was like, how you just gonna leave like that?
I gotta drive over if I want to get some breakup.
And I was like, you're not even gonna give me time to renege, And she
said
like,
was there breakup pussy?
No, I didn't. But I'm thinking that.
Was there breakup pussy?
Yeah, it was, but not really.
It took a good 3-4 years for me to give in to breakup pussy.
Oh,
and when
you held out for 3 or 4 years before you gave it.
And when I gave it, when I tell you,
that's not even breakup pussy.
Wait a minute.
That's still breakup pussy.
Wait a minute.
That's rewind pussy.
But let me tell you how it happened.
That's nostalgic pussy.
Yeah, and that's exactly how it happened. I pulled up
Remember
and
when you did
already
that thing?
it wasn't even that. It was like a little kick it vibe, and then we had sex, and then went to the bathroom, freshened up, put my clothes on, and dipped.
But how was that breakup pussy or was that this nostalgia pussy?
That
was some nostalgia type shit. That was like some I'm gonna go back to,
like you knew what it worked.
Yeah, he already knew where to go. He knew where to go, and
okay. I feel you.
But breakup is like.
Yeah, there was no.
Really
there was
shit,
no.
like, remember this dick?
Like it's just really over. This still mine, right? Like.
I think that. I was. It. By the time I actually left, I think it was like a good maybe 6 months or something like that before we had sex. Like I didn't even. It was so uncomfortable. Him even like just trying to like cuddle, like that shit was like, like get off me. It was weird. So, but when I walked away, again, I was in a relationship since high school, and I just was living vicariously through a lot of my friends. I didn't have any stories. I had, maybe 1 or 2 penises throughout that duration of that relationship. And it's, again, relationship sex. The sex was pretty much one of the main things that was keeping the relationship going. But I didn't have any sexual experience with anyone else. And I was single for about 3 weeks and met a dude, and we was kicking it. And once I was able to come to terms with what I was not looking for, I knew I just wanted good company, good conversation, and good sex. And that was my goal. And with that, I met a dude like in 3 weeks, and I met 2 other dudes, and then I had like a whole rotation. Wow. And then once a rotation kicked in, because at the end of the day, for me, it was like I'm chasing a nut, and I got a story. Like I gotta have something.
Bravo to you for having the self-awareness. As a man, I didn't have that self-awareness. I knew, society tells me go out there and fuck it away. Like go out there and fuck
anybody, everybody. Like you should chase your nut, like without holding any level of attachments to anyone.
But you didn't just go out there and fuck it away. You had a self-awareness of saying, I'm out here trying to get this, and I'm gonna have a rotation. I'm gonna have a consistent thing, a structure, blah, blah, blah. As men, we like, I just gotta get my body count up. I'm out here. I'm going to the club every weekend. I'm having a random bitch in my house every other weekend, and it's just like it's aimless. And I went through a phase, so a whole year nothing, and then that coming out of that year of nothing. Everything.
I tried 6 months, and I was my homegirl was my roommate, and I think I went like 3 months within that 6 month, and I hit her up and was like, "Yo, I'm coming upstairs. I just need you to suck on my titties or something. I can play with myself, but bitch, I am fucking horny. She was like, oh, okay, come on. I was like, okay. But that was the level.
How many of us have them? Friends.
I need some help. And she was supportive enough to be the rock that I needed her to be at that moment. But nah.
That's some girl shit. Like what?
Yeah. I have a few friends where that's like that's my ace boom coon. But if we got an itch to scratch, it's like
see y'all have a tattoo machine with a dildo attached to the back of it. Y'all have your favorite playlist and y'all y'all figure it out. Y'all will figure it out.
We don't. It don't even be any. It's no apparatuses. No, it don't even be apparatuses. Nah. That's for like dykes and lesbians and stuff. Nah, when you got an itch and you're like, we're in agreement. We're in agreement.
In that first year, I ain't have an itch. I was numb. I was emotionally like in a state of shock. Like Saving Private Ryan. My arm got blown off, and I picked the shit up, and I was like,
there's no arm there.
Yeah, like what do I do? I can't. I got a ghost elbow. Like, you know what I'm saying? I didn't know shit. And then coming out that year, it was like all my senses came back at one time. And I'm just like, my dick need to eat.
Yeah,
you know. And I jumped out there into the dating scene, and the first chick I dealt with was a stripper. First chick out the gate, stripper, and she was, in hindsight, 5 years down the road, she was a dope little vibe. I was a crazy little nigga. I was crazy as fuck. I did not get it. I was like, "What do you want? What do you want from me?" And she was like, "I want to chill at the house and fuck." And I'm like, "No, I'm supposed to take you on a date first." I remember I picked her up on the second date. She set
the tone. She was trying to set the tone for you.
She was like, "This is a vibe." Like I told her, I came out telling my whole story. You know, stripper vibe. You know, stripper. Client goes to strip club, meet stripper, and I'm thinking in my head, a little ting ting. I go to strip club with my little button up on.
Oh, ting ting.
I ain't have a button up, y'all. I'm joking. I did not have a button up. I probably had cargo shorts on, but I did not have a button up. You know what I'm saying?
Last cabinet, yeah.
But yeah, I go all prim and fresh out of a relationship, looking like fresh meat, and we're vibing, we're talking, and I actually met her on 2 occasions at 2 different strip clubs by mistake. But that's the vibe, right? It's a lunchtime type situation. This is some real new bachelor type bullshit. Damn. And she just wanted the vibe. Like now, me in my head, again, I don't know in hindsight, I really don't know what she wanted, but from what she put out, I take it that she just wanted the vibe. And I was like, I made reservations at this restaurant.
I kind of wish I knew you back then so I could have just tapped you on the shoulder like, yeah.
No, you would have played the dog shit out my ass. You would
No, to let you know what was happening. Ask your friend ask him when he first met me.
You can pour some shots though. Tequila, yeah, tequila.
Ask him when he first met me, the conversation that he walked into hearing me have with other people.
Oh, I need to hear this shit. Cause they can.
But when I met him in 2018, like I saw him, I didn't look at him and was like, I didn't give him a twice over to be like, ooh, okay, maybe, because I already knew my level of detachment. I already know that I can.
You didn't know that this dude was on the same motherfucking page. Like, Ant was like,
and then pull back up and him sitting on my homegirl couch and me sitting across and acting like we ain't never entertained each other. The first time that we.
Okay, so hold on. Let me get this right. The first time y'all met, was it? Was there any sexual tension? Was there any sexual tension at all?
I'm
talking about the very first time y'all saw each other.
I wouldn't call it tension. I would say I noticed her. But the thing is, we had conversations, and just for the shit she was saying, I was like, all right, she's one of those who's with it. Like on some, it's whatever conditions.
He looked like I wouldn't have been able to entertain him in that sense. Like I was too cutthroat.
Yeah, she was a murderer. But at the same time, she didn't know how.
I was a murderer.
She didn't know how assassin I was.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You didn't.
Because at that same time, I was on that wavelength.
When you met this nigga, he was a well-oiled assassin. He was a seasoned.
It's still a 6 year difference.
I have a set of skills, and I will find you. I will track you down.
It's a 6 year difference, and I was coming up on weekends from Alabama to Georgia. Like I wasn't even.
Oh, so this was just some,
like
she
I wasn't even coming. Like when I was coming to Atlanta, I was on like fuck shit. Me and my homegirls were having threesome and running trains on niggas. Like,
Okay,
like,
wow.
I don't mean it like that.
No, but I get it. You was in your bag. Like you
I was in my savage. I wasn't being like, I'm gonna, he comes over.
Not to speak on his,
I'm gonna.
But he was in his too. Like for the first time in his life, and he fought the process. Both these little nice light skinned niggas y'all fought the process so long.
Okay.
And to be honest, I'm finding the process longer than y'all fought the process. Honestly, because
what's the process?
You gotta be a savage to get to the root.
It's not even savage.
No,
but I wasn't a savage with her.
You have to be like.
I was the least savage I've ever been with a woman with her.
With who? Me?
With you?
No,
Okay, I would never.
That's not what he
I'm
said.
gonna put it like this: if you go to downtown Atlanta, and unless you see a plot of land that's never had a building on it, you don't have to go through a process. You just put a foundation up, you build a building. Mm-hmm. But 90% of the land in downtown Atlanta got a building on it. Mm-hmm. That's us in the dating world.
Yeah, absolutely.
You got history. It's a dilapidated old hotel with roaches and rats and da-da-da. Yeah. You got to knock that shit down. Uh-huh. And the only way you're going to knock that shit down is with a goddamn sludge hammer, a wrecking ball, and you got to come in with some savage energy like, boom, I'm here now. We about to put up a luxury hotel. Yeah. Like, that's the only way you're gonna do it. You can't come in like tiptoeing around like, ooh, it's a historical ground. Da, da, da. No, you got to wipe that shit out, put some new concrete down.
Absolutely,
absolutely. And both of y'all was on that wrecking ball. We got some federal funding. Let's knock this hoe down type energy.
There's still a 6-year difference. So I don't think at that point, I think the level of savagery was still a bit different because. I still got some seniors.
Oh, you want to decompress? You do what you.
I just didn't know. Not yet.
Oh, okay.
I still got some senior. So
and
I was like,
how does that play into y'all dynamic? Because he been a young old nigga since day one. Like he been a younger older nigga, but he been a young old nigga since day one.
I think
they don't see who you're pointing to.
Yeah, I know they don't. But this. Truth has been a wise soul since day one. He's wanted a serious situation. He's had to go through the mud to get to something that's serious.
You got to go through the mud. That's the point. You got to go through the mud. You got to have some experience on your back.
And especially to deal with, and that's where
a woman like me.
So
I feel like I met you when I broke up with my last relationship. Like I met you like right at the tail end of that. That's because,
but that was
but then I just met you. Like like we sat there, we were talking on the couch. We really didn't have no deep conversation.
Like, it's what we were talking to when you sat back down. Yeah, so y'all first time meeting, there was no sexual chemistry.
I mean,
like that.
You noticed something, but it ain't no.
You noticed a mutual attraction, but it wasn't.
I was like, nah, he too green.
What?
She called
you
me
thought
green.
he was you thought he was green?
I was green.
So she think we Disney Channel.
Like, no, not at this age in 2022. No, but
you thought he was green
at that
strip
point,
club party. Truth,
but
this dude is not.
I was entertained.
Why you bringing up old shit?
I was trying to.
Hey, bro, I ain't thought about them years in how long, bro.
But let me tell you about it now.
I was trying to get a married man to tell his wife to take it easy and just give me Tuesdays and Saturdays.
Yeah, she said that. She said that. Yeah, she said that because she was like a married man was said something to her. She's like, well, you need to tell your wife that I get Tuesdays and such date. And I was sitting there like, oh wow.
Tell her to call me, and we can make it a thing.
Because, bro, I've never heard someone say something like that and kind of mean it, and I was like, I
sit back like a shrink. Just
if there was something there that'll keep me from wanting to investigate further, it will probably be that because I've never heard a woman talk like that.
And you know what?
You never heard a woman that's like, I fuck a married dude, but as long as his wife is cool with it.
We used to talk as boys for hypotheticals, like, oh yeah, what if a girl asked you to have a threesome, blah blah. And Ant was like, I'm honestly not into it. That's just a turn off because it's like if I'm fucking with you, I'm fucking with you, and we supposed to be together. So like at the time, you were just like, nah, fuck that at all. But so continue. Y'all worked on each other, and
I mean that wasn't even it. Like the next time we met was to do a photo shoot.
Yeah, a couple years afterwards.
like 2 years. Like we didn't kick it to 2020. So I met her in 2018, and then I didn't see her again to 2020 when she hit me up on the gram. Drop down in the DM. Was like, yo. She was like, yo. I wanted because I did a photo shoot.
Hold on. Did she say what you doing? Or?
No. I did a photo shoot.
That part came after.
Yeah. I did a photo shoot with one of the homegirls who was like going through a little rough patch in her life, and and matter of fact, that was the next time I saw you again. Was when I dropped her off at your old friend's house, and you was at that particular person's home.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, hey, how you doing? It's good to see you again. Blah blah blah, this and that.
Yeah.
And then I maybe saw you again. And then I saw you again when we did the photo shoot.
Yeah, okay.
And then I think I hit you up and like, hey, you want to look at the pictures, like this and that, blah blah. And then we sat and just kind of hung out for like a solid 5-6 hours.
Yeah.
Like she came over at like 5, and then she left around like 10:30, 11.
Yeah, just
vibing. just vibing, just having fun. She touched my leg a few times that night. I didn't take nothing from it, but I didn't.
So the kneecap journey began.
Yeah, the kneecap journey started right there. It
so
started
these
right
knees,
there.
huh? What about them knees?
So it started there, and then like I was editing the photos, and then like I just remember one day I finished, and I put it in a little folder, and I was like, "Yo, what's your folder for me to so I can send you these photos?" And she's like, "Oh, this and that." So I need to be cuddled, and like she's like I'm not I'm not asking for much. I just want to know if we can cuddle. Can I come with you and blah blah blah. I just had a hard week.
I respect that.
And don't forget, I remember talking to y'all about this.
Yeah,
because I was like, "Yo, what's she?"
Yeah. And you know me, I probably gave some advice like, "Well, hey,
Justin sound like she trying to."
Yeah.
And I was sitting down like, it don't it?
No.
But she didn't say that because
that's what I mean by like you went through the mud because you were at a place in your life where you legit could do that and not fuck and not want nothing out of it and be cool. Like, yo, this is a dope vibe. This is a good night.
Yeah.
Or have her hanging from the ceiling fan.
So I literally, because Justin was like, because I thought to myself, I was like, well,
that
it could
hilarious.
be. But at the same time, I remember that conversation that you said about the married dude, and I saw how cutthroat and open and just like upfront about it. And I was like, if she wanted to fuck, I think she would have said those words. So I'm just gonna play it cool. I'm not gonna act like. Because she said she just want to cuddle, so I just gotta really put my arm around her. She kind of leaned on me a little bit. That's a cuddle.
It's cuddle.
It's not groping. No groping.
A PP touch with you would have charged extra for a PP touch.
More like a PP grace.
Yeah, like a PP grace. All right, baby. All right, that's $5 more.
All right, now you were going into uncharted territory. And then she comes over, kicking it, drinking it. Well, we were drinking some tequila. Yeah,
always tequila. Always.
And then I don't know what we were watching, but she says I made the first move, but I feel like she opened the door to go walk in and make that first move because she was doing the inner thigh rub, and I was like, "Girl, what you doing?" And she was like, "Nah, I ain't doing that."
She said in that voice, "I ain't doing that." Hey, chill out, young blood. Chill out.
And I did my little let me see what this neck do. Kissing, titty pop out.
Always.
Yeah, and then to walk downstairs and I just remember this whole time thinking I don't even have this woman's phone number.
That's horrible.
Yeah. And then so, we get down to the gritty. And then we would just kick it the whole night, this and that, blah blah blah. She stayed to the next day. And I was sitting there like, wow.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow.
You stay for pack your shit up.
Yeah, Miss Pack your shit stayed for the night. She was like, yo, you got like I'm hungry.
No,
she didn't get no food.
You ain't got no eggs in this bitch.
Scratching the titty.
With my teeth.
All I remember, I walked her to the door, took it to the car, and I walked away. And then I get a DM for her on Instagram. Here's my number. And I just like, wow, I got. So I kind of then that's when you find out that having a number with this woman is special.
Which
because
honestly,
she's done more hooking up on Instagram.
Let's talk about that.
You don't give people your phone number. It's a bugaboo.
You
it's
got
annoying.
so many other avenues. You got Google numbers.
When somebody want to connect with you, and they be like, "Yo, what's your contact? Here's my Instagram," because I'm not giving you my phone number. I don't want to be irritated.
Make me earn the number. I am all for that shit. I'm 100% for that shit. Make me earn the number. Because I will know what time it is. I know what the tone is.
I'm letting you know your place. I'm reminding you consistently of your place.
I don't want to feel like I'm a part of a roster that's seeing you get morning texts. Absolutely. Like I wanted to feel like,
and you know what? And that was one of my conversations with him too. Like, which is what I also try to remind my friends that are single, the homegirl who is in a relationship with two dudes. Like, you have to break that level of routine and consistency. You have to not look forward to that good morning text because regardless, like, guess you still getting up and doing what the fuck you gotta do.
Like, doing what you're doing, you know?
Why do you have to feel compelled to that? Why can't you just reach out when you feel like you reaching out?
I ain't gonna lie, that good morning text shit worked on me though. That got me.
But nigga, that's how I knew she wanted more because she good morning text me.
But no, it wasn't that she good morning text you.
But I don't good morning text like at the same time every morning. Like,
but it just no. When you started, you didn't stop.
Okay, let me ask you this.
To the point where if I didn't do it, you was like, you didn't send me a good morning text.
When you got the number,
yeah, that was the routine.
Let me ask you this, man. When you got the number, when you got the number,
it don't matter, dude. They know who the fuck.
Yeah, when you got the number, did you expect a good morning text? Honestly. No. And so that's what made this
because it
and it wasn't on some
like she came over, like, we cuddled, and then we ended up having sex. So I mean, it wasn't like she didn't assume that we're in a relationship now. If anything, she was always mindful of whether I could be having another chick. So she'd be like, "Can you make time for me? Can you do this?" Like,
I don't want to overstep.
Period.
Yeah, like,
period.
And then she'd be like, "Thank you for making." She like, "Thank you for making time for me in your schedule." This and that. And I'm just like, "Girl, what do you think that I'm doing?"
But they and I appreciate it. That's some player
like he must.
I appreciate
now I will say, granted, at the time, like I was winding down on messing with other chicks anyway.
But she took care because me personally, I've never been that guy.
Because I don't like to feel bothered. I don't want to feel irritated with people.
The fact that it's just like, listen, if it is, you ain't gotta lie. Just let me know. Period. You know what I'm saying? When you free, and we gonna keep doing this thing that we do that make us feel free. Period. You know, like that's what I need in my life. Like that right there. That energy is what most women. They don't understand that you hassling me does not make me feel like you care more. It makes me feel like you care less about me.
Reminding you that I'm always on your mind is the peace of mind that a lot of females want. But why do females feel that females should not feel like they have to consistently remind you that I need to be on your mind? Exactly. You reaching out to me whenever you feel good and ready to is genuine enough.
You can't make somebody care. You can inspire somebody to care.
There you go.
You can't. There's nothing you can do to make somebody care about you. You can inspire them.
They can.
You gotta
hit me up when you're inspired.
Exactly.
Don't just hit me up because it's a routine.
Hell, you bring up tea. Your tea ceremony. Your individual tea ceremony is going to imprint on him, and he's going to wake up one morning and reach for the tea and be like, "Let me see what she doing." You know what I'm saying? It can't be she touched my pee-pee that time and it was good. It's nothing you can. It's your essence. It's what you do. Yeah. You know that bleeds into.
I feel you on all that shit, but guess what we got to do?
What we got to do?
The tangent went too long. No longer a tangent. So let's go ahead and end this motherfucking thing. Yeah.
Hey.
And we can chop this bitch up like a motherfucking salami.
That was good stuff.
Or it's a charcuterie board with cheeses and breads and olive oils.
There's a lot of little
oils
bites and little snippets.
Cilantros.
Things that can come
and other vegetables that white people said they discovered.
Did the microphone pick
Peace
it up?
and hair grease. Yes, it did.
It smelled like pickles.
It picked up the smell too. I was in 4D shit.